This week has been crazy. Just woken up on the bank of Longbridge. I'll make my cup of tea and then we'll get chatting. I've had my cup of tea. Well, actually it was a coffee. I really didn't want this video to be like one of my last where I kind of just sat down and showed you clips of what's happened throughout the session. Honestly, I was forced to do that this session and no one's complaining because I have had the best session to date, literally. I turned up yesterday. I got here at about 2 o'clock. Yeah, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Got the rods out, got the bivvy up, and it was instant carnage. I wasn't even able to start the video before I had my first fish. I wasn't even able to get that first fish out of the net before I had my second one hooked, and it's just been absolutely non-stop. I'm currently 6 fish caught, 3 fish lost by hook pulls. A couple of them, or all of them, could have been bream. I don't know, because I have just had a bream. That fight felt very similar to the ones that I have lost. I've got lots of footage of me fighting these fish, landing them, showing you them. Just gonna put it all together for you. So guys, watch all of this. He's doing all sorts. I've got one in the net, which you just saw me land. And as we were checking it out in the net, the left-hand rod rips off. Mirror. So I honestly don't have any words for what just happened. To catch 2 carp like that is absolutely unreal as it is, but the type of carp that I've got in these slings are absolutely unreal. So this is the first one to grace the net. 14.5 pounds. Absolutely stunning. Fell to the live system pop-up, of course, on a spinner rig. Not even half an hour after the rods went in. Amazing fight as well. Absolutely stunning. Well happy with that. But the one we've got in the net right now, oh my gosh.
Go away, go away, go away, go away, go. 23.15 with the sling, so 20 and a quarter.
Oh, so close. So this is the second one to grace the net. As we were checking the other one out, this one went off. I struggled to lift this one up. So this one also fell to a live system pop-up on a spinner rig, but this one's considerably bigger than the last. So there we go. Just over 20 pounds, 20 pounds and a quarter, something like that. I'm gonna double check my sling when it's wet in a minute.
Nice save.
But look at that. It's the 4th 20 that I've ever had. Still not a named one, because all my 20s are from this lake. But I still haven't got a named one somehow. I have no words for what's just happened. stopped, guys. What am I supposed to do for the rest of the session? How can I top this? Get some pictures. Straight to the bottom. Hello everybody, I just had to jump in while I was editing this video because, like I said at the start, I wasn't able to start the video. I wasn't able to do like a proper intro per se because I'd literally got there, set up. The minute I'd set up, I had a fish, then it got dark. I thought there's no point in starting a video when it's dark, so I just kind of didn't. So as it got darker, that's when Reese decided to leave, but that's also when the rods decided to wake up again. I had this smaller common just after Reese left. I'd say it was about the same size as the first mirror that I had. It was lovely and pristine. I mean, I haven't seen them come out of longy like that for a long time. I mean, if like ever. But then it was this next capture that really made me realise, not even a matter of hours later, I had this chunky 18-pound common. Now, this is now officially the second biggest fish caught of the session. The spot then started to produce a couple of more smaller commons throughout the night. I think the last one was at like 2:30 in the morning. But considering the fish that I have already caught this session and what I'm after, I've fished Longbridge for a long time. I've had a lot of these small commons, these small stocky type fish. They're not what I'm after, so I'm not going to be taking pictures with them, so I didn't. I did get some footage of them in the nets and on the slings. I couldn't just count them out fully. They weren't tiny. Again, I'd say they were about 12-13 pounds, so they wasn't nothing of minuscule size. However, what was interesting about the second capture that I didn't take a picture of is I've actually caught this exact fish before in a previous YouTube video. I could identify that fish from the split down its mouth. Now, it was about 7 months ago, I think, when I last caught that carp, and since then you can tell the split in the mouth has definitely started to heal and it's put some weight on, so that was really nice to see. The morning then came and I did end up losing one to a hook pull at around 7:30 in the morning, so I made up some more bait to put into the boat. I emptied out my CCMOORE live system into my bucket. I added some lake water and then I dusted that with the live system bait booster. And this is the tactic that I have used a lot as of recent. I mean, it's the only tactic that I've used this year. These boilies, coated and dusted. Of course, when I'm putting them into the boat, I'm crushing them, halving them. This bed of bait next to a live system pop-up or wafter, which is also soaked or dusted, they literally look identical because they are identical. One more thing that I want to add before I let you get back to the video and let you see the last capture of the session is, if you watched the video a couple weeks back where I went carp fishing and I had that proper scaly banger and that warrior of a fish, that session I did not spend that session in the swim that I wanted to. In that video I was talking about how previously I had seen on the lake that on the other side of the island these coves had been dug in, and I wanted to boat my rig straight over there on that previous session a couple weeks ago. Oh, I'm going to put them there, and I knew I was going to have it off, but I couldn't because somebody else was in the swim. And I made a joke. I was like, oh, well, that's confident of you to boat straight over to that spot, put it straight in there, and I knew I was going to have it off. But that's exactly where I had my rigs this session. I had both my rigs into those indents. I just find it quite funny how I said in a previous video how I really wanted to fish there and couldn't, and made a joke how I would have it off and got all cocky about it, and look what happened this session when I was actually able to get into the spots. Just wanted to add that in, but I will let you get back to the video now, guys, and see the last capture. And of course, it started raining. Number 7. All of the fish I've had this session are down to the CCMOORE live system. And once again, that bait just keeps proving me right every time. £13 this one. Stunning. Well, that was a nice fish to end the session off on, and what a session that was. 7 fish land, 3 lost. Yeah, 3 lost and 1 bream. 7 carp. 7 carp. Guys, that's the best session that I have had. Full stop. Like, I honestly can't believe it. Guys, this video has been an absolute banger. Like I said at the start, I didn't want it to be this style of video where I kind of talk you through the clips of what's happened, but I was literally forced to do that. I did want to film an intro and film as I went along and everything, but everything just was going off like one after the other. I just didn't have the time or the facilities to be able to update you before the next one came. And yeah, nevertheless, I hope it was a good video for you all. It was definitely a very good session for me. I still can't quite believe that I've had 7 fish from this lake as well, from Longbridge. I know it's not the hardest of lakes, but it's also not the easiest. I am somebody that has struggled on this lake in the past. But 4 20s out of this lake and not one named one. What's that all about? Like I said, I'm going to pack everything away now and head home before I get too wet. But I hope you enjoyed this amazing video, and I will see you next time. Bye.